Hello everyone, it's me, Alex Axe, also known as Alex Wells, and it's Wednesday! Yay! And it's even Wednesday afternoon, so you are, if you get to work like a regular work week instead of having to work weekends, you're officially over the hump! We made it! Yay! And I want to say I'm sorry for like kind of the weird light and shadow we got going here, because it's a function of where I'm parked. My old parking spot has been usurped by a giant pile of gravel, which is the thing that happens all the time when you work construction, so you just kind of go with it. And it's afternoon, and normally I try to record these in the morning because I'll have enough like downtime between tests that I can sneak in a vlog, but today was just bananas, like non-stop. I've been on site since 6:45, and the only reason it like had a temporary stop was because I had to go do a mandatory meeting at work, which was our guide to open enrollment this year for healthcare. And you know, like, I needed my reminder what a garbage nightmare system of healthcare we have in the US. It was like, here's your 8 healthcare plan options, and here's all like the different array of deductibles and out-of-pocket costs and co-pays, and like, choose your poison wisely. And I'm just going, oh my god, why can't we just have single payer? And you know, I got to use the NHS once when I was visiting my family in the UK, and I had just a horrifically bad like kind of sinus infection that was causing me to have like an earache, and like it was so bad that I could not swallow. Like my in-laws thought it was just like the most tragic thing that had ever occurred, because I was in so much pain I couldn't even drink, like no beer, no wine, nothing. And they are a wine household. So I went to the NHS, and it was just this such a weird experience for me as an American, where I like tried to give them my little insurance card, because I had insurance at that point, and they were like, oh no, we don't need that, don't give that to us, we don't need that here. Like, oh, you poor American child, you're in a real country now, put that away. So I just still think about that, and a little like, you know, tears well up in my eyes, because it was so beautiful for those 3 seconds that I got to experience it. But anyway, so that has been my day. It's just this busy thing, and then bureaucracy. Played Geeks Who Drink last night, which if you're not a fan of like pub quiz because it's really sportsy, I recommend checking out Geeks Who Drink, because it's not sportsy. They'll occasionally have like a sports round, but for the most part it's just like random geeky shit, and they always have like a video round that's a lot of fun, where they just show you clips from videos that'll have like a theme, and you have to identify the movie it's from and things like that. I always suck at the music round, but thankfully Lindsay on our team is like the music dynamo, so we normally do okay with it. Now, we were on a 6-week winning streak, I want to say, because that's something Elise and Lindsay are both at Shimmer, and Shimmer is amazing, and you should check them out, Shimmer Magazine. And don't send them terrible stories for their slush piles, particularly not like pedophilia apologist stories, which is apparently something that ended up in their slush pile recently, and what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't send editors shit like that. Like, read the guidelines. But anyway, so we've been on a 6-week winning streak, because it's Elise and Lindsay, and that's why our team name, we always name ourselves something to do with Badgers, because for a long time we were fist bump of Badgers, and then we kind of like got made fun of in a way, so we were like, fine, we're gonna like mix it up, and lately it's all been like movie title plus Badger. So for a while we went through all the Star Wars movies, so we were like, you know, a new Badger and Badger 1, and then for October we did like horror movie titles. So like one week we were the Amityville Badger, and then this time around we were like, oh well, let's just pick something topical. So today we were Badger on the Orient Express, and like Murder on the Orient Express, we kind of got robbed. Well, not really robbed. I mean, the team that won this week earned it. We just like had a really bad couple of rounds where we just like totally blew it. And you know, that happens sometimes. And frankly, it's more fun for everyone. Like, someday I will stop putting my thumb over the camera, and I am so sorry. Just someday I'll learn. Please forgive me until then. But anyway, like, it is kind of like, as much as I'm going to miss having the basically free pizza next week, it is good for other people to win, so that it's not just like we're those assholes that never lose and everyone becomes hopeless and sad. Because I have been in that position where at the old Geeks Who Drink I used to go to down in downtown Denver, we were literally 5th every time, to the point that when we actually got lower, like 6th, we were excited because we weren't in 5th. So, you know, we got like 4th place this week, which means we still got like a prize. It was just like a little prize, but it's still cool, you know. It feels good to like win something. And you know, we got it on a tiebreaker even, because I am awesome enough that I know how long it takes the International Space Station to orbit the Earth, which is actually, I believe, 93 minutes, and I guess 96, so go me. It's shorter than you think. But like, oh, here, we'll have some product placement. My poison of choice. So anyway, that's a lot of fun, and it was still fun even losing, which I think is something that I needed to be reminded of. Though it is cool to be on a super long winning streak, because who doesn't love winning? But anyway, Geeks Who Drink, lots of fun, really recommend it. We go to, our place is at a local brewery called Cocapelli, where, you know, it's just like local microbrews, and it's all just amazing. They have this, oh god, they have this like maple pecan stout right now that is just to die for. So anyway, there's my pub quiz advertisement. And the only other thing I wanted to mention is that I'm still trying to pick up freelance work, which, you know, hey, advertisement, if you need freelance writing, talk to me. You know, I can give you I can get some nice references if you need them, and, you know, I can also send samples, blah, blah, blah. But I've so far, kind of the best place I've been finding to try to pick up just random work is on Upwork, which is still a bit of a cesspit, but it's less of a cesspit than like Craigslist and some other sites. But, and I was talking to a friend of mine who also picks up like freelance editing and work and stuff off of Upwork, and he recommended, because I'd been having trouble, so much trouble that I'd just given up on it. Oh gosh, excuse me. And he recommended that I retool my profile a little, and that I only look at, just don't even bother looking for anything unless it says they're willing to pay for expert. Because I was like, but am I an expert? Because grad school ruins your ability to feel like you're expert in anything. And he was like, yes, just shut up and just, you know. But it's just been stunning to me, the amount of people who put jobs that are supposedly expert level, like they're willing to pay more, that are still not willing to actually pay people jack shit. Like yesterday in the expert category, there was, and I was ranting about this a little bit on Twitter, someone who wanted a 60 to 80,000 word long young adult sci-fi dystopia modeled off the Hunger Games, because you can tell this person is just like, I'm totally going to become rich and famous. So they want it ghostwritten, and they want it done in 1 month, which, I mean, if you leave yourself a week for editing, means that you have to do about 3,000 words a day with no weekends. So, and only have a week for editing, which is just madness. And then they were like, oh, and you get $800. Like, it would literally be a full-time job for me to write an entire novel in 1 month. I could probably do it. I would be super fucking burnt out at the end of it. Because, you know, even, like, I completed Blood Binds the Pack in what is considered to be a really fast clip, and that took me 3 months. So I was just looking at that, just flabbergasted, and $800. Like, you can fucking make more money working for minimum wage. And that is just really kind of like, it's endemic as to how people kind of treat writers really often. Like, I've also gotten all these really insulting offers to write romance stories, and some of it was like, you know, shitty ABO fic, basically, like with the serial numbers filed off, and they were like, oh, I'm gonna give you like $50 for a 25,000 word novella. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Because, I mean, I think there's this impression that writers, you know, we're artists and we shouldn't get paid, but we need to eat. And frankly, writing is a skill. It is a valuable skill that you practice and that you become better at. And I have I've been doing this for 7 years just as a professional writer. That doesn't even count all of the time I was writing my ass off to get good enough to become professionally published. And to have someone think that my time is not even worth as much as I could make working at like a McDonald's or Walmart is fucking insulting. And this is not to like slam people who work minimum wage jobs, because, you know, frankly, you work your butt off, etc., etc. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, this expectation that writers will work for basically nothing because we are so desperate to get published. And frankly, I mean, it's even more insulting when it's like you're going to ghostwrite because you're not even going to be published. It's going to belong to someone else and be under their name, and you're not going to get any royalties and you're not going to get any credit. So I don't know who the fuck is taking these jobs, because they do get taken. But the absolutely tiny amount of value that is placed on our labor when the entertainment industry makes so much fucking money and they can't make it without writers is just ridiculous. And I know there is not as much money in just publishing as there is in the entertainment industry, but then again, publishing is still making plenty of money. It's just not coming to us. And this is something Matt Wallace rants about a lot, and Patrick Tomlinson went off on a beautiful tear about it last night, which, you know, follow Patrick if you want. But it's just basically like, fucking pay us. Because what we do is a valuable skill, because obviously if you could do it yourself, you would. So to expect us to do it for almost nothing because of, like, you know, for the art or for the whatever is just insulting. And I want writers to stop buying into that, because part of the problem is that there are people who are willing to work for that little bit of money. And, you know, you need more self-respect than that. And plus, when one person is work, you know, when people are willing to work for that little, it's depressing the wages for everybody. So for God's sake, have some self-respect, demand more money, and don't buy into this idea that we shouldn't be demanding money, because it is work, it is a skill, we deserve to get paid, and we deserve to get paid in a way that will give us a decent living, just like everyone else who fucking works. And, you know, put in some UBI stuff here later, you know, or like refer back to my other thing about how I feel about if people who don't work should have a decent living, which, spoiler, you should. Anyway, so I didn't quite mean to rant about that long, but thank you for checking in with me on Wednesday. And, you know, we're on the downhill for the rest of the week, so you can do it. I believe in you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.